gonna be my last time telling you, nigga. Well, you ain't stupid early boys to get yourself hurt behind a hoe. Man, I'm a gangster. I'm telling you like a man. I didn't play on a fake page. I ain't got that to do, man. I'm too up. I'm too G'd up, man. Like, you want a nigga to f*** your bitch so bad, I'm telling you, I don't even talk to her for these little weird ass hoes y'all been bringing up. I wouldn't dare even talk to them. Never spoke to them. Keep in.
What if I told you that one of the biggest rappers in the world allegedly bought a $200,000 Lamborghini Urus as a surprise gift, only for the entire moment to collapse before it ever went live? Fans are shocked, timelines are exploding, and emotions ran high behind the scenes as rumors swirl about how a secret collaboration between NBA YoungBoy and Kai Cenat's camp supposedly turned into one of the most chaotic misunderstandings the internet has seen this year. According to reports circulating online, this wasn't just about a stream. This was about loyalty, respect, pride, and a gift that could have changed someone's life overnight. But before the cameras could roll and before the big reveal could shake social media, everything allegedly fell apart. Accusations started flying, phone calls went unanswered, teams panicked, and what was meant to be a celebratory moment reportedly became a tense situation that left everyone questioning what really happened. Did a fake rumor destroy a real opportunity? Was there fear behind the scenes that no one is fully talking about? Or did emotions spiral out of control at the worst possible time? Stay with us, because the story that's being whispered about right now is far more dramatic than anyone expected. Behind the scenes, according to reports that have been circulating online, what was supposed to be a powerful collaboration allegedly started with respect. People close to the streaming world have been saying that NBA YoungBoy had quietly been watching Kai's rise for a while, not in a competitive way, not in a jealous way, but in a way that felt more like curiosity mixed with admiration. Kai had built something massive, something organic, something that connected with millions, and allegedly that caught YoungBoy's attention. Sources claim that conversations began privately. Nothing loud, nothing public, just quiet talks about maybe linking up one day. Fans didn't know, social media had no clue, but behind closed doors, the idea of a surprise stream was reportedly forming. And not just any stream. Insiders suggest this was meant to be something unforgettable, something that would shift the culture. One insider allegedly described it like this: he didn't want it to be regular, he wanted it to feel legendary. And that's where the Lamborghini Urus rumor starts to enter the picture. According to online chatter, YoungBoy supposedly wanted to surprise Kai's close associate with something major. Not a handshake, not a simple appearance, but something that would make headlines the second it happened live. The alleged plan, as being discussed online, was dramatic. Cameras ready, team on standby. A reveal that would shock viewers in real time. People are saying the vehicle had already been secured. Again, these are reports and commentary circulating across social media, not confirmed facts, but the story alone has fans stunned. While this alleged surprise was being quietly prepared, another storm was brewing elsewhere. Rumors began spreading on Twitter from a small account that most people had never heard of. A claim was posted suggesting there was tension involving Kai's relationship and YoungBoy's name somehow being attached to it. At first, many ignored it. Small account, no verification, no solid evidence. But as we have seen time and time again, sometimes the smallest spark can ignite the biggest fire online. Within hours, the rumor started gaining traction. Fans began screenshotting it. Reaction pages reposted it. People started tagging both sides. Emotions ran high.
Days ago, I spread awareness on mental health and how important it is to take care of yourself. And honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve.
Suddenly, what had allegedly been a private collaboration plan was now being overshadowed by suspicion and doubt. According to commentary from bloggers, Kai was already under pressure personally. Streaming daily at the level he does comes with stress, millions watching, constant scrutiny, and when a rumor like that hits at the wrong moment, it can shake anyone. Insiders claim Kai was hurt and confused. Why is my name tied to this? He allegedly asked someone close to him. Why would this even come out right now? On the other side, sources suggest YoungBoy was equally blindsided. People close to him reportedly said he had no idea where the rumor came from. I never even spoke on that, one person claims he told his circle. The frustration allegedly started building quietly, not explosive, but tense. And here's where things allegedly became complicated. Instead of immediate communication between the two camps, there was hesitation. People around Kai reported advised him to step back. Don't respond yet, someone allegedly told him. Let's see what this turns into. Meanwhile, according to online discussions, YoungBoy
dog to go run behind Kai, leaving him in the house for 12 to 15 hours a day, pissing and shitting all in my $1 million house. I did snap out on her. She has no respect, no regard for what I'm going through. Oh, you gonna do what you did last time, just move in with a man. Cool, got it. Not mad. But for you to sit there and be like, yeah, you asked me to live with you, I told you no. You are so hurtful. And when he was cheating or caught cheating, I took up for y'all. I took up for you. I stood by you. I said, Gabrielle, it's cool.
We allegedly tried to clear the air through indirect communication, but with emotions running high, responses were slow and cautious. Fans are shocked because from the outside, it looked like a simple rumor, but behind the scenes,
according to multiple commentaries, it allegedly affected real plans. The Utah meetup that was supposed to happen started feeling uncertain. Team members reportedly began questioning safety, perception, optics. What if this becomes bigger? Someone allegedly asked. What if this spirals? The tension wasn't about violence, it was about misunderstanding, about pride, about not wanting to look foolish publicly. When millions are watching your every move, perception becomes everything. Insiders claim Kai's team grew nervous about the narrative forming online. We can't walk into something that looks messy, one person allegedly said. At the same time, according to sources discussing the situation, YoungBoy's camp felt disrespected. From their point of view, they had been planning something generous, something positive, and suddenly their name was being dragged into drama they claim had nothing to do with them. We were about to show love, an alleged insider shared. Now it feels like we're being painted wrong. As hours passed, speculation intensified. Fan pages began creating theories. YouTube commentators started analyzing body language from old clips. People were digging up past interviews, comparing timelines, connecting dots that may or may not have existed. The internet does not wait for confirmation, it builds its own storyline. Amid all this noise, the reported Urus surprise was sitting in the background like a forgotten headline. According to Chatter, the vehicle had been intended as a symbol of support. Some say YoungBoy saw a moment months earlier where a joke gift had been given, and he allegedly wanted to flip that narrative in a real way. If you're going to gift something, he reportedly said privately, make it real. But timing is everything, and timing, according to this developing narrative, was completely off. With rumors trending and emotions running high, the atmosphere around the planned meetup shifted from excitement to uncertainty. One source close to the streaming side allegedly described the vibe as confused and tense. Not angry, not hostile, just uncertain. And uncertainty can be just as powerful as conflict. When teams begin to doubt, plans start to unravel. Fans are shocked because what was meant to be a positive crossover between music and streaming allegedly transformed into a case study on how fast misinformation can change momentum. No confirmed betrayal, no verified confrontation, just swirling claims and emotional reactions layered on top of each other. According to people discussing the situation online, Kai began pulling back publicly. Subtle changes in tone, fewer references, quieter streams. And when he posted that he was single, that tweet alone reportedly sent the entire internet into overdrive. Millions of views within hours, comments flooding in, theories multiplying. From YoungBoy's perspective, according to commentators analyzing his live reactions, he seemed frustrated. Not aggressive, frustrated. I don't deal with that, he allegedly expressed. I'm focused. Those who support him argue that his intention was never drama. Meanwhile, both camps reportedly felt misunderstood, and when communication slows down at a moment like that, assumptions grow louder. Each side hears fragments, each side interprets silence differently. One sees caution, the other sees distance. And somewhere in the middle of all of this alleged confusion sat that Urus, a symbol of what could have been a viral, culture-shifting moment. Instead, it became a talking point in a story filled with tension, pride, and misread signals. As the dust continued to rise online, the situation no longer felt like just a rumor, it felt like a turning point. Not because anyone confirmed wrongdoing, but because perception had already shaped the narrative, and in the world of entertainment, perception can carry as much weight as reality. Perception can carry as much weight as reality, and that is exactly where this entire situation allegedly began to spiral in ways no one predicted. As social media continued dissecting every detail, conversations behind closed doors reportedly became more intense. People close to Kai were allegedly advising caution. This doesn't look right, one insider supposedly said. Even if it's not true, it feels messy. And in today's digital age, messy can become permanent. At the same time, sources discussing YoungBoy's camp claimed there was confusion mixed with disappointment. According to commentary floating online, he genuinely believed the collaboration was built on mutual respect. So when calls reportedly went unanswered and energy shifted, it didn't sit well. Not because of ego, insiders claim, but because of pride. There's a difference. One person allegedly familiar with the rapper circle said he doesn't like being misunderstood, especially when he's trying to show love. And that word love kept coming up in these discussions, because if the reports are accurate, this
wasn't about business alone. It was about extending a hand in an industry where genuine support can be rare. Meanwhile, fans were piecing together timelines like detectives. They noticed subtle social media changes. They analyzed who followed who. They speculated about deleted posts. Every small move became fuel for theories. And the more fans talked, the more the narrative hardened into something that felt bigger than it may have been. Emotions ran high on both sides. Kai, already dealing with personal stress according to those around him, was reportedly overwhelmed. Being at the top of the streaming world comes with pressure that most people cannot imagine. Every tweet trends. Every silence becomes suspicious. Insiders claim he felt blindsided. Why is this even happening right now? He allegedly asked someone close to him. On YoungBoy's side, sources suggest frustration turned into quiet resolve. Not loud threats, not explosive statements, just a clear stance. According to commentary from those analyzing his live sessions, he addressed the situation in a tone that felt firm but controlled. "I'm not into that," he allegedly expressed. "Don't put that on me." Fans interpreted his words differently depending on where their loyalty stood. The real tension, according to online discussions, wasn't between the two men directly. It was between perception and communication. One camp believed stepping back was smart. The other camp allegedly interpreted that step back as distance or even distrust. And that's where the Utah situation allegedly reached its breaking point. Reports claim Kai's associate had already traveled, expecting something major. Excitement had been building quietly. The possibility of a surprise reveal felt real. But as rumors kept spreading, team members allegedly began questioning the optics. "What if this looks wrong?" someone supposedly said. "What if we walk into something that gets misinterpreted?" Fear doesn't always mean danger. Sometimes fear is about reputation. Insiders claim Kai's team became cautious about how any public appearance might be framed by blogs already pushing a narrative. So, according to circulating accounts, the decision was made to pull back. Some say it was sudden, some say it was strategic, but either way, the energy reportedly shifted overnight. The anticipated collaboration began dissolving without ever happening. On YoungBoy's side, people allegedly felt caught off guard. "We had plans," one source supposedly shared. "Real plans." And that's where the Lamborghini rumor became even more emotional. Imagine preparing a surprise worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, according to what is being reported online, only to watch the entire moment collapse because of something that may not even be real. Fans are shocked because the symbolism alone feels cinematic. A luxury vehicle sitting unused, cameras possibly prepared, a reveal that never happened. Some commentators described it as the most expensive misunderstanding in streaming history. Whether that is accurate or not, the phrase stuck because of how dramatic the narrative feels. Kai supporters argue he had every right to protect his peace. If rumors involving personal relationships are circulating, stepping back makes sense. YoungBoy supporters argue that direct communication could have solved everything. "A phone call fixes this," one fan commented. But in high-pressure situations, pride and fear can silence simple solutions. As hours turned into days, both camps reportedly grew quieter. No public confrontation, no explosive back and forth, just subtle reactions and indirect comments, and sometimes silence says more than shouting. Meanwhile, blogs continued pushing updates, reaction channels uploaded breakdowns, fans debated who was wrong. Some blamed the fake account that started the rumor, others blamed hesitation, others pointed at relationship drama as the root cause. What makes this story so gripping is that it sits in the gray area. Nothing officially confirmed, nothing fully denied, just layers of commentary building on top of each other. People close to the situation allegedly described Kai as introspective during this period. He had been vocal about mental health struggles before, and insiders suggest this situation added emotional weight. When you're constantly watched, even small issues feel magnified. YoungBoy, on the other hand, reportedly continued focusing on music, but those analyzing his tone claimed they heard irritation underneath the calm. Not anger directed at Kai specifically, but frustration at being dragged into something he allegedly had no part in. Fans are shocked because this could have been legendary, a rapper and the biggest streamer uniting, a surprise that would dominate headlines for days. Instead, the story dominating headlines is about what never happened. Family members and close friends reportedly weighed in privately. Some encouraged reconciliation, some suggested
distance. Sometimes you just move on, one insider allegedly said, but others believed pride was the only barrier. The family was left divided in terms of advice. Some voices pushed for direct clarity. Others feared further misunderstanding. What makes it even more dramatic is how quickly internet culture can rewrite reality. A small account posts something unverified. Thousands react. Millions see it. And suddenly, two powerful names are linked in a way that changes momentum. The alleged Urus remains symbolic in this narrative. Not just a car, but a missed moment. A gesture turned into gossip. A celebration transformed into suspicion. And as both sides remained relatively composed publicly, the fans carried the emotion. Comment sections filled with accusations. Some defended Kai fiercely. Others defended YoungBoy just as passionately. Neutral observers pointed at misinformation as the real villain. But no matter where you stand, one thing is clear according to the online discourse. This situation shifted energy. It changed how people view quick rumors. It exposed how fragile collaboration plans can be when trust is shaken. What could have been applause became analysis. What could have been celebration became commentary. And in the entertainment world, sometimes the biggest stories are not about what happened, but about what almost did.
And in the entertainment world, sometimes the biggest stories are not about what happened, but about what almost did. That is exactly why the situation refused to fade away. As the days passed, the online debate only intensified. Reaction creators broke down every alleged detail frame by frame. Some claimed the entire thing was a masterclass in misunderstanding. Others insisted there had to be deeper tension beneath the surface. Fans were shocked at how fast everything unraveled without a single confirmed confrontation between the two main figures. According to commentary spreading across blogs, Kai's inner circle allegedly felt protective. When someone reaches that level of visibility, every decision carries weight. One insider supposedly said, "We can't afford a messy headline right now." And even if the rumor had no proof, the optics alone reportedly made people nervous. In an era where perception can go viral faster than clarification, hesitation can feel safer than risk. At the same time, sources discussing YoungBoy's side suggest he felt wrongly painted into a narrative that never belonged to him. Imagine planning something generous, something dramatic in a positive way, and then seeing your name attached to relationship drama you allegedly had nothing to do with. People analyzing his energy during live appearances claimed he seemed guarded, not explosive but firm. "Don't twist it," he allegedly said at one point, according to viewers who clipped his reactions. Emotions ran high across social platforms. Fans of both sides began defending their favorite creators like it was a championship game. Some argued that Kai should have answered calls and cleared things up privately. Others insisted stepping back was the mature move given how fast rumors can spiral. Meanwhile, the story of the Urus kept circulating. Some commentators described it as a real gesture. Others questioned whether the vehicle had truly been secured. But regardless of whether the purchase was finalized or still in planning stages, the idea itself became powerful. The thought that a $200,000 surprise might have been waiting backstage made the situation feel cinematic. One blogger reportedly said, "This could have broken the internet in a good way. Instead, it broke trust." That phrase spread quickly because it captured the emotional tone many fans were feeling. Behind the scenes, according to insiders discussing the narrative, Kai allegedly began reflecting on who he allows close to him. Public relationships bring scrutiny, and when rumors attach themselves to personal matters, the line between private life and public persona blurs instantly. Supporters say he was prioritizing mental clarity. Critics say he overreacted. But from his perspective, as people close to him suggest, it was about protecting his space. On the other side, YoungBoy supporters argue that silence can sometimes look like guilt even when there is none. They claim he tried to address things calmly without escalating drama. But in today's internet culture, calm statements often get overshadowed by louder headlines. The family was left divided in private discussions. Some voices allegedly urged reconciliation. "Just talk," one insider supposedly advised. "This is small compared to what it's becoming." Others warned that reaching out again might fuel further speculation. And so both sides reportedly remained cautious, waiting for the storm to either settle or explode. The most striking part of the narrative is how quickly fans built emotional attachments to the idea of the collaboration. Even though it never officially happened, people had already imagined the reveal. They pictured the stream chat going wild. They pictured the shock on Rakai's face. They pictured social media clips trending for days. When something that anticipated suddenly disappears, disappointment can feel almost personal. Fans are shocked not only because of the alleged car, but because of the cultural moment that was lost. As speculation deepened, older clips resurfaced. Fans analyzed interviews. They revisited past statements about loyalty, trust, and friendship. People searched for hidden clues as if there had been signs all along, and the more they searched, the more narratives multiplied. According to some sources, the associate who was reportedly involved in the surprise felt confused by the sudden change in plans. Imagine preparing for what you believe is a career-shifting moment, only to be told the energy has shifted. Insiders claim he remained respectful publicly, but privately there may have been disappointment, not directed at anyone specifically, but at the situation itself. YoungBoy's circle, according to online chatter, allegedly felt misunderstood. They believed their intentions were positive. "We were showing respect," one person supposedly said. "Why would that turn into this?" And that question lingered across platforms. Kai's team reportedly stood firm in their decision. Protecting reputation was non-negotiable. "You can't control rumors," someone allegedly explained, "but you can control your proximity to them." Whether fans agree or disagree with that logic depends on which side of the debate they stand on. As the week unfolded, the intensity slowly shifted from outrage to analysis. Commentators began discussing misinformation more broadly, how a small account can ignite global speculation, how quickly people accept screenshots as fact, how difficult it is to reverse a viral claim even if it lacks evidence. The alleged Urus became symbolic of something bigger than luxury. It represented opportunity interrupted, trust paused, collaboration stalled, and in entertainment culture, stalled moments can hurt as much as direct conflict. Emotions ran high in comment sections. Some fans accused blogs of exaggeration, others accused teams of miscommunication. Neutral observers pointed to the original rumor as the root cause, but because the situation existed largely in whispers and indirect responses, clarity remained out of reach. One reaction creator summarized it this way: "This isn't about beef, this is about silence." And that perspective resonated, because sometimes silence creates louder echoes than confrontation ever could. As both Kai and YoungBoy continued focusing on their respective careers publicly, the narrative lingered in the background. Every time either name trended for unrelated reasons, someone would comment about the Urus, someone would mention Utah, someone would bring up the rumor that started it all. And the longer it lingered, the more it felt like unfinished business. Not necessarily hostility, not confirmed tension, just unresolved perception. In entertainment, perception can shape legacy moments, and according to the report circulating, this was supposed to be a legacy moment. Instead, it became a cautionary tale whispered across platforms. The idea that a single rumor could redirect energy this dramatically left many viewers reconsidering how quickly they believed trending claims. Some fans admitted they reacted too fast, others doubled down on their initial assumptions. Through it all, neither side publicly exploded into confrontation. That absence of spectacle ironically made the situation more dramatic, because when two powerful figures choose composure instead of chaos, speculation fills the vacuum. The Urus story continued circulating like a ghost headline. Was it fully ready? Was it symbolic? Was it exaggerated? No one outside the inner circles truly knows, but the narrative had already taken on a life of its own. And as discussions about loyalty, communication, and pride intensified, one truth became undeniable within the commentary space. Something powerful almost happened, and sometimes almost is enough to keep the internet talking for weeks. That is where the emotional weight of this entire situation allegedly shifted from confusion to reflection. As the noise settled slightly, more insiders and commentators began focusing less on the rumor itself and more on what it revealed about both camps. People started asking deeper questions. Why did communication reportedly break down so quickly? Why did hesitation replace direct conversation? And how did a small online claim allegedly carry enough weight to interrupt something this big? According to discussions circulating among entertainment blogs, Kai allegedly entered a quieter phase, not disappearing, not retreating completely, but becoming more calculated. Those close to him reportedly said he felt
The need to reassess his surroundings. Everybody has access now, one insider supposedly shared, and not everybody should. Fans noticed subtle changes in tone during streams. Some described him as more serious, others said he seemed focused. When you carry millions of viewers daily, even small shifts in mood become magnified. Supporters rallied behind him, arguing that protecting mental clarity matters more than any collaboration. On YoungBoy's side, analysts of his public appearances suggested a similar shift. He continued creating music, continuing momentum, but those who watch closely claimed there was an undercurrent of disappointment, not because of lost clout, but because of a perceived misunderstanding. "Don't put that on me," he allegedly reiterated in different ways during live moments, according to viewers who clipped his words. The emotional conflict at the center of this narrative is layered. Pride plays a role, trust plays a role, timing plays a role. When rumors attach themselves to personal life, reactions become personal, even if intentions were professional. Fans are shocked because the situation feels so preventable. Across comment sections, people kept repeating the same thought. One phone call could have solved this. But reality is rarely that simple. When teams get involved, when optics matter, when public image sits on the line, decisions become complex. Sources discussing the Utah situation claim the atmosphere had shifted before the final decision was made. Excitement reportedly turned into caution. "Are we walking into something that looks messy?" someone allegedly asked in a private conversation. No one wanted headlines implying tension, even if no tension existed. Meanwhile, YoungBoy's camp allegedly felt blindsided by the pullback. "We were ready," one source supposedly said. "This wasn't drama from us." The frustration reportedly wasn't explosive, but it was real. When plans collapse quietly, the disappointment can feel heavier than public conflict. The associate who was expected to be part of the surprise allegedly remained respectful through it all. According to insiders, he understood both perspectives, but privately, the lost opportunity may have stung. Imagine preparing for what could have been a defining career moment, only to watch it dissolve because of speculation beyond your control. Emotions ran high not just between the two main figures, but among their supporters. Some fans accused Kai of overreacting, others accused YoungBoy's circle of not being transparent enough. Neutral observers pointed back to the original rumor, labeling it the true villain. The family was left divided in terms of advice. Some elders allegedly encouraged reconciliation. "Life is bigger than pride," one person reportedly said behind closed doors. Others advised distance, arguing that sometimes stepping back protects long-term peace. As weeks passed, the Urus story continued circulating. Some commentators began questioning details. Was the purchase finalized? Was it still in discussion? Was it symbolic? Regardless of specifics, the idea had already captured the imagination of millions. Because beyond the luxury, the car represented something emotional. It symbolized respect between different worlds, music and streaming intersecting in a powerful way. The idea of a young creator being surprised by a major artist felt cinematic.
When that moment disappeared, fans felt robbed of something bigger than entertainment. Blogs began framing it as a lesson about misinformation, how a small account with minimal reach could spark a chain reaction affecting real plans, how reaction culture can amplify speculation before verification, how quickly perception can shift opportunity. According to commentators analyzing both sides, neither camp wanted to escalate publicly, and that mutual restraint ironically fueled more speculation. When there is no explosive exchange, people search for hidden meaning. Silence becomes interpreted as tension. Calm statements become dissected for clues. Kai's supporters emphasized mental health. They pointed to past moments where he openly discussed stress and doubt. They argued that protecting emotional stability must come first. YoungBoy supporters emphasized integrity. They argued that his alleged intention to show love should not have been overshadowed by rumor. Both narratives carried weight. Both perspectives had logic. And because neither side confirmed wrongdoing, the entire situation lived in ambiguity. Some insiders claim there were attempts to smooth things privately. Nothing loud, nothing announced, just quiet efforts to reduce tension. Whether those efforts succeeded or stalled remains unclear, but the lack of open hostility suggests the situation may have been more about miscommunication than malice. Fans are shocked because in a culture fueled by drama, this story unfolded with restraint. No screaming matches, no viral arguments, just subtle shifts and
Indirect commentary. The Urus continued to exist as a symbol within the narrative. Some called it the most expensive almost moment in online history. Others said it proved how fragile big plans can be when trust wavers. Through it all, careers continued. Streams went live, music dropped, headlines moved on to new controversies. Yet whenever either name trended, the comment sections revived the story. What about the car? Someone would inevitably ask. That lingering question kept the situation alive, not as active beef, but as unfinished curiosity. And as analysts continued debating what truly happened behind the scenes, one pattern stood out. Pride and silence can sometimes carry more power than confrontation. When two influential figures choose not to battle publicly, the narrative becomes shaped by those watching from the outside. In that sense, the story became less about conflict and more about consequence. Not consequence from confirmed wrongdoing, but consequence from hesitation and perception. Because in entertainment culture, timing is everything. And when timing is disrupted by rumor, even the strongest plans can collapse quietly. The almost moment became the headline. The collaboration that never aired became more talked about than many that did. And the Urus, whether physically present or symbolic in conversation, remained at the center of it all. As the internet slowly moved forward, the question lingered in the background. What could have happened if communication had come first? And that unanswered question is what kept this narrative emotionally charged long after the initial rumor faded. Because in entertainment, people rarely remember the quiet explanations, but they never forget the moments that almost changed everything. As time moved forward, the conversation shifted from shock to analysis. Bloggers started framing the situation as a lesson in timing and trust. Fans revisited the sequence of events repeatedly, trying to pinpoint the exact second when excitement allegedly turned into hesitation. Was it the tweet? Was it the silence? Was it pride? Or was it simply fear of how things might look in front of millions? According to commentary from multiple platforms, Kai allegedly took the experience as a wake-up call. Insiders claim he began tightening his circle even more. When you operate at that level, even minor misunderstandings can become massive headlines. Protect the brand, one source supposedly said. But others insist it wasn't just about brand, it was about peace. When personal life and public perception collide, clarity becomes priceless. On the other side, YoungBoy reportedly continued focusing on his craft. Music releases moved forward, performances carried on. Yet fans who watched closely insisted they sensed a quiet frustration during moments when the topic was indirectly mentioned. Not anger toward Kai personally, but irritation at being tied to a rumor that allegedly had no foundation. Emotions ran high for weeks among supporters. Some viewers argue that both sides were victims of a narrative they did not create. Others insisted someone should have spoken up louder and sooner. But the longer the silence lasted, the more the story solidified as one of those mysterious, almost collaborations that fans will debate for years. The family was left divided behind the scenes in terms of perspective. Some voices allegedly encouraged reconciliation, while at the internet win, one person reportedly asked in a private conversation. Others believe stepping back was necessary. Sometimes distance protects long-term relationships more than immediate clarification. What makes this entire situation dramatic is how cinematic it feels. Imagine cameras prepared, anticipation building, and a luxury vehicle symbolizing celebration. Now imagine that moment dissolving because of online speculation. Whether every detail unfolded exactly as rumored or not, the emotional impact of the narrative alone was powerful. Fans are shocked because it reflects something bigger about modern culture. A small claim can escalate into global discussion. Perception can outweigh proof. Silence can be interpreted as guilt or maturity depending on who is watching. Reaction creators later began framing the situation as a cautionary tale. How many collaborations have quietly died because of hesitation? How many opportunities have vanished because of rumors that were never verified? This story became less about two individuals and more about how fast misinformation can redirect momentum.
According to insiders, there was no dramatic showdown behind closed doors, no shouting match, no explosive confrontation, just confusion layered with pride. Sometimes that is even harder to navigate than open conflict. When no one wants to appear reactive, communication slows. And when communication slows, doubt grows louder.
Kai's supporters maintain he prioritized mental clarity over spectacle. YoungBoy's supporters maintain his intention was generosity, not drama. Both narratives continue to circulate, and because neither side has publicly confirmed every detail, the story lives in that gray space between rumor and reality. The Urus remains symbolic in the public imagination. Whether fully purchased or simply planned, it represents a moment that could have shifted headlines for all the right reasons. Instead, it became shorthand for missed opportunity. As new controversies emerge across social media, this situation occasionally resurfaces as a reminder. Commentators reference it when discussing trust, fans mention it when debating pride, and creators cite it when talking about how fragile collaboration can be in the spotlight. In the end, the biggest twist might not be about a car or a rumor at all. It might be about how quickly people react to headlines without waiting for context. It might be about how silence can protect peace, but also leave questions unanswered. Because even now, long after the original chatter quieted, one thought still lingers among viewers. What if the phone had been answered? What if the rumor had been ignored? What if the collaboration had happened exactly as planned? Those questions remain open, and maybe that is why the story refuses to disappear completely. Not because of confirmed betrayal, not because of proven conflict, but because of potential. Potential lost, potential paused, potential transformed into speculation. And in a world where moments can define careers overnight, the idea of a $200,000 surprise becoming a $200,000 symbol of miscommunication is enough to keep fans talking. Sometimes the loudest drama is not what explodes publicly. Sometimes it is what quietly slips away while everyone watches. And now the biggest question is left to you. Was this entire situation simply a case of terrible timing and internet exaggeration? Or did pride and hesitation quietly ruin what could have been one of the most legendary crossover moments between music and streaming? Fans are still divided. Some believe the rumor should have never been taken seriously in the first place. Others argue that when personal relationships are involved, stepping back is the smartest move. And then there are those who feel this was a massive misunderstanding that cost everyone something valuable. Whether it was trust, opportunity, or simply a viral cultural moment, something clearly shifted. So what do you think? If you were in that position, would you have picked up the phone immediately? Or would you have protected your peace and walked away from the situation entirely? Do you believe the surprise really would have changed everything? Or was the collaboration already too complicated to survive the rumors? Drop your thoughts in the comments because your perspective matters. We want to know whose side you stand on and why. Make sure you like this video if you appreciate balanced commentary, subscribe for more deep dives into trending entertainment stories, and turn on notifications so you never miss when the next major headline breaks. Remember, in today's world, not every viral story is the full story. Sometimes what almost happened says more than what actually did. And the next time you see a rumor trending, ask yourself whether it deserves your reaction or your patience.